Welcome to the first episode of Books from Goodwill in a long time. Sadly, I didn't have enough time to really work on a written review for this book. I really wanted to do one, but time just wasn't on my side tonight to really get around to putting all that together. And I need to get going to bed soon because I gotta be at work at 5 in the morning where I'm at, and it's almost midnight. So, yes, I'm going to basically just talk about this book from in here and based on the rough outline I had planned. So I'll start with by taking a quick look back at Poppy Shire, the author of this book. And to be honest, there just isn't that much known about her. I mean, even if you go to the website mentioned at the back of this book, authortracker.com, the only thing you'll find out is that she's published 6 books in this series, and that she's probably British based on the original publishing location of these books. In fact, the back of the book says she lives in the English countryside, and that's basically all it tells you about her. Other than that, she apparently likes to write books about Magic Pony Carousels and goes searching for them every time she gets a chance. I mean, that's basically it as far as information about the author goes, which is really weird to me. I mean, you think if someone that's published 6 books, there'd be a bit more out there on her, like her age or something more specific about where she lives than just the English countryside. Something. As far as the artwork goes, which I'd like to touch on quickly, I gotta get further into finding what I was talking about. Not that page. Not entirely. Sorry. I should have marked these, right? If you take a look at this artwork real quick, notice the shield, how it has a crown on it. Well, on page 51, which came earlier, it's mentioned that it should have a blue line on it. It just really sort of gets under my skin that the artwork doesn't accurately represent the details in the book. I realize that the artwork is separate from the book itself, but it does get under my skin, though at least the artwork is consistent with itself, and that every time you do see the shield, it does have a crown on it. I just wish, like I said, it represented the actual details in the book more precisely. On the positive side of things, though, the story itself is much stronger than the previous book. While Brightheart still mentions that Amy can't really fail at her task, since she is entered into a jousting tournament, there is the risk of her being able to get seriously injured. She could actually be dehorsed or knocked silly with a lance striking her. So seeing her in the tournament and the tension racked up as you're like, close call there, it makes the book a lot more interesting and easier to get into, because you're like, there's tension there, there's a risk, there's something going on where the character could get hurt. She's doing something that's important rather than basically doing something that she could have done if she wanted to, like in the first book where our whole risk scene is basically, oh, watch me, I can do a handstand on a horse, something that I've been able to do for forever, or at least that's the way the book makes it feel with the way it's written. So overall, this is a much stronger book if you want to get a book about a Magic Pony Carousel for a much younger audience than myself, obviously. Until next time, then. See ya.